And it would be dudes, they be standing there with their lady, and they be like, bruh, I promise you, I'm only here because she wanted to see you. I ain't think you was going to be fun. They be like, I went to see this one, I went to see that one.
Willie D Live.
Well, now it's time for some real talk. You know, like I probably was one of the, I don't know, last few guys. I can't say last few because it's been more since me, but when I came out, like the internet sensation thing, people had gotten used to it. It started getting kind of old. You know what I mean? In the beginning, when you had certain people that first came out, and I can't speak firsthand on everybody, but a lot of people who came out when there was really people going viral at first, and it was a new thing. A lot of people, you know, the comedy clubs just grabbed them up. These promoters started putting them in comedy clubs, and they didn't give a damn whether they was actually comedians or not. And when you hear older comedians have a beef or a riff with these social media people, that was the beef. Like that was like these dudes, they can sell tickets, but they're not delivering the jokes. So once people start getting used to it, and then I started going viral, I had to more or less prove myself because people would come out to see me, but after the show, I promise you, after the show, people would come up to me and say, man, you funnier than I thought you was gonna be. And it would be dudes, they be standing there with their lady, and they be like, bruh, I promise you, I'm only here because she wanted to see you. I ain't think you was gonna be fun. They be like, I went to see this one, I went to see that one, I went to see that one, and ain't none of them motherfuckers funny. And I wanted to beat their ass after the show, but you funny for real, man. I'd be like, bruh, thank you, man. Like, you know, because they didn't know that I had been doing it 15, 16 years prior to, you know what I mean, you know, me actually coming out there. So, and I always tell people, like for me, when I first started doing comedy, Facebook wasn't even the type of platform that you like. Facebook, Instagram didn't exist.
And what year is this? You started?
I started in 04. I started in April of 04. Okay. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, so I'm still friends with the people
Desi.
who are.
But are you and Desi cool?
Yeah, me and Desi been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how long? But Desi one of the newer cats. How long you been knowing Desi?
I've been knowing Desi probably maybe 10 years. Yeah, right. Maybe 10 years, something like that. See, me and Desi we used to take the same acting class. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dwayne Boyd, Premier Acting Network, down in Atlanta, Georgia. We used to take the same acting class, and I wanted to get into the social media. And Desi had already had 250,000 followers at that time. And he wanted to get into stand-up. So we would always talk about that. And me and Desi, we just hang out and, you know what I mean, be real cool. We shot a couple skits together, but yeah, that's my dude, man. That's my brother, man. I got a lot of love for him, man. I met his mama, stepdaddy, and all of them, man. And, you know, we done been around each other. So, you know, we still got that same relationship. And I'm proud of, you know, everything that he's done, man, because he really was passionate about it. And I used to tell him, bro, you naturally funny. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's going to click. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That reminds me, Desi is one of those dudes too who can make that face.
Yeah.
And you start laughing.
Yeah, man. That's why I would tell him all the time. I'd be like, bruh, you naturally funny, man. But you know, you know, there was always a riff, and I used to tell guys, I used to be like, man, look, this comedy thing, you know, it's not about like you're touring and you're doing these shows now. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't about if you can come, it's about if you can come back. You understand what I'm saying? It's one thing if somebody make one round, but when you come back around and them tickets don't sell like that, that means something wrong. There's a disconnect because there's a lot of people who was touring before, they ain't touring now. And they not able to get that same money that, you know what I mean, that they used to get because everybody knows you're underdeveloped. I'm not going to be like, oh, you just ain't funny, but nah, you underdeveloped. Like, you can't sell an unfinished product. A lot of these guys, the promoters was scamming the public. Like, you knew this guy wasn't good, but you put him out here because you knew he could sell tickets because he was popping. But he wasn't going to give the people what they paid for. And now the people are like, oh, now the internet dudes kind of got their name a little dirty. Like that internet sensation, that's a little dusty now. Because just like you said, like, well, I saw him on the internet, so I don't know if he really funny like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I had to literally when I was touring, I was selling tickets and I still do, but my thing is I had to make sure that people understood, like, oh no, he funny. Like this is a polished comedian that y'all coming to see. Like, and you know, I don't like, you can't really tell online. Social media real still ain't my thing. But when you come to see me live, I make sure I tear the paint off the wall. Right. To make sure, because a lot of the people who come to my shows have seen me before. You know what I mean? Because it ain't about if you can come, it's about if you can come back. And I'm cool with slowly building, you know, my empire or slowly building my own. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Because you got a guy he can get hot and he just be hot for 2-3 years. And then people just like, all right, well, we all have seen him. You know what I mean? But if you got somebody who just can build, it's like comparing a hamburger to Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It's going to take a little longer. You understand what I'm saying? But we going to eat a while off of this.